through how to import in your CSV into your file. This tutorial is going to be applicable to your Etsy Seller Spreadsheet or your Etsy import add-on, whichever file you've purchased. I'm going to show myself doing it in the Etsy Seller Spreadsheet, but if you have the Etsy import add-on, it works exactly the same. You're just going to see a few additional tabs that you don't have on your version of the spreadsheet since you have the import add-on. So let's discuss how to import in your Etsy orders CSV each month. Importing in this one CSV from Etsy is going to automatically give us the totals we need for these 5 light blue rows. We're going to do a simple copy and paste into the applicable month's blue tab down here, and doing that one copy and paste is going to total up your Etsy sales, your sales tax collected, your shipping received, that's the shipping paid to you from your customer, your refunds, and your Etsy credit card processing fees. So first, all you have to do is log into your Etsy shop manager. Once you are in there, you want to click settings, go to options, click download data, and then you'll be brought to this screen where you can download several different types of CSV files. We want a very specific one. We want the orders CSV. Please do not accidentally select the order items CSV. We want orders. And then you want to download whatever month you are working on. So right now I am going to say I'm working on February 2019. So I select February 2019 from the drop-down menu and then click download CSV. It's going to save somewhere on your computer hard drive. You want to open that CSV in whatever spreadsheet software you are working with. And when you open it in your spreadsheet software, it should look similar to this, all nicely organized in columns and not a bunch of gobbledygook data mixed together. So if it doesn't look like this, you may need to do some troubleshooting. Once it opens, we want to copy this CSV and paste it into our February tab of our Etsy Seller Spreadsheet. So the best way to copy that is start with row 2. I'm going to select row 2 by clicking the 2 here. See how once I click the gray 2, the entire row is selected. Once I click row 2, I'm going to click and drag all the way down to the end of my data set until the last row of data is highlighted. And then I'm going to copy this data. It's all highlighted, and now I'm going to copy it. And you can copy either by right-clicking and going to copy, or you can do edit copy, or you can do Command C or Control C on your keyboard. But once it's copied, you're going to see what they call the dancing ants around that data selection. So I've got it copied. Now I need to head over to my Etsy Seller Spreadsheet, navigate to my February tab, and I am going to paste it in right here. I'm going to paste that same data right here. My column headers are already here for me, and now I'm going to paste in. And I will insert a side note. If you are using numbers, you need to unhide these columns first. That's only if you're using numbers software on a Mac. I've got a separate video for you to watch with that. But if you are in Excel or Google Sheets, you're good to go right now. No extra steps. Leave the columns exactly how they are. So how do we paste this in? And do the same thing. Select all of row 2. Click that 2 right here, all the way on the left. Have the entire row highlighted. Then you can right click and paste, edit, paste, or Control or Command V on your keyboard. You just want to paste that data in, and it's going to paste exactly in the correct spot. All the data should be going into the same column headers of the CSV that it came from. And if you've done that copy and paste correctly, you should be able to navigate over to your monthly summary tab and see information generated in these blue rows for whatever month you just pasted in. So everything's looking good over here. I've got some information showing up for February now. And you may also even notice some information populating on your sales tax tab. And that is how you import in your orders CSV each month into your spreadsheet. So before we move on, I want to chat real quick about what exactly we're importing in with these blue rows from your orders CSV. Let's go through these items one by one. First, you've got your Etsy sales, and this is simply the sum of column Q minus column T from your order CSV. So that's your order value, basically what your item or your items that sold were listed for, minus any discounts applied to the order. It does not include shipping paid to you. It does not include sales tax paid to you, and it's before any fees were taken out. So that is what your Etsy sale amount is. Your sales tax collected is a very special sum here, and I have a note next to it reminding you to always verify this sum here. There is a lot of stuff going on with online sales taxes these days. Things are changing a lot, and Etsy has honestly been inconsistent in how they are reporting some of these issues related to sales tax. So in general, this cell right here is going to be summing up anything broken out in column W on your order CSV, anything Etsy includes in your sales tax column. Now, without getting too deep into the nitty-gritty details of marketplace sales tax and online sales tax and everything, ideally, you should only have amounts in this column for sales tax collected for your own state, if your state is not one of the states that Etsy is collecting and remitting on your behalf. So Etsy is collecting and remitting on your behalf for a handful of states right now, states that have marketplace sales tax rules. So you should not have amounts reported for those states in column W. I am located in the state of Texas. I have a physical presence or a physical nexus in the state of Texas. Texas is currently not a marketplace sales tax state, meaning Etsy is not collecting and paying on my behalf in Texas. So it is correct that I should only have sales tax amounts in column W right now for the state of Texas. And keep in mind, that is because I have gone into my Etsy shop and correctly told Etsy to charge sales tax to my Texas customers. So I want you each month when you import in to make sure that you don't have amounts showing up in column W for states other than your own, assuming you're not in a marketplace sales tax state. If you are in a marketplace sales tax state and you don't have nexus anywhere else, then this column should be 0 all the way down, and you should have 0 in your sales tax collected column. Now, when testing out the spreadsheet, I do occasionally see some instances where, let's say it is a Canadian sale or a UK sale or an Australian sale, or even like a Washington state sale or a Pennsylvania sale, or somewhere where they have that marketplace sales tax or VAT or GST or something like that. And Etsy just randomly does have an amount here in column W when it shouldn't be, because it's not your state. It's just a weird way that they're reporting it, and it seems like they don't have everything streamlined totally yet. So you may sometimes see sales tax reported in column W for one of those states or countries. So if you see that, you don't want that to be included in your revenue here. You don't want that included in this amount. So if you ever come across a case like that, you want to just zero it out. Put a 0 in, like literally put a 0 in that cell so that it's not included in your sales tax collected. So just make sure you verify that column, just eyeball it real quickly each month and make sure everything's okay there. Next, we've got shipping received. So this is the amount that the customer pays you, the seller, for shipping. A lot of times we get confused about why this is revenue to begin with, but it does need to be included as part of your revenue total for both bookkeeping and tax purposes. The amount they pay you is revenue. The amount you pay for shipping labels, postage through Etsy or USPS or whatever, that is an expense that's totally separate. That's going to end up going on your postage expense tab. But the amount that your customer pays you is revenue and needs to be recorded here and will be imported here based on your shipping column on the order CSV, which is column V. Next, we've got refunds that you issue. So refunds are considered a contra revenue account. That's like a negative revenue, right? That's why they're being imported in here automatically for you as a negative amount. And how Etsy reports refunds is a little bit confusing. They don't actually list the refunded amount here on the order CSV, but they do show us which orders were refunded or partially refunded by showing us the after the refund or the adjusted order amount. So the spreadsheet is using that information to total your refunds for you and enter them as a negative right here on row 7. And I will note real quick that the order CSV does not show any canceled orders. If you end up canceling and fully refunding an order, it will not show up here on the order CSV, which could be something to note if you're trying to reconcile to your 1099K, but I am making a separate video on that, so make sure you check that out if you have questions about what I just said. Finally, we have got the Etsy credit card processing fees. These are coming from column Z. This is one of the 3 fees that Etsy charges you for your sales. This is the credit card processing fee. In the US, it's 3% plus 25 cents of your sale, and it is automatically being imported in for you, so you don't need to enter that one again. And it is adjusted for refunds. So if you get part of your credit card processing fee refunded to you because you refunded an order or partially refunded an order, know that the amount that I am importing in here as credit card processing fees does include those refunded fees as well. So that is how we are bringing in these 5 different totals, all from your orders CSV.